Have you ever reached the end of a day and wondered, where did the day go? You were busy, you answered emails, you attended meetings, you solved problems, you ticked the things off your to-do list. Yet, despite all of that intense activity, it somehow feels as though nothing truly important actually happened. Then one day becomes 1 week becomes 1 month becomes another year. Before long, you look in the mirror and realize it isn't simply your days that have disappeared, it's your life. I believe this is one of the greatest tragedies of modern life. It's not that people lack ambition, it's not that people aren't intelligent, it's not that people don't work hard. The tragedy is that most people never consciously design their days, they simply react to them. They wake up, look at their phone, respond to everyone else's priorities, fight fires all day, collapse on the couch, and repeat the same frantic cycle tomorrow. They don't live deliberately, they drift. And if you drift through enough days, you drift through your entire life. That is why at Legend Life, we don't believe your life is built on 1 year, but we believe your life is built on one single day at a time. Every extraordinary life is nothing more than thousands of intentional days stacked together. That is why we created the Legend Day. Not another productivity system, not another morning routine, not another planner. The Legend Day is a daily lifestyle operating system for deliberate living. It is how you begin creating your legend life. The foundations of our Legend Life movement is what we call a Legend Life Quest, your lifelong journey to discover your purpose, realize your potential, develop self-mastery, experience life fully, and ultimately become the person you're capable of becoming. But every quest has a problem. A quest sounds deeply inspiring until Monday morning arrives, because the question becomes, how? How do I actually live this today? How do I move from abstract inspiration to real world implementation? How do I stop dreaming about becoming my best self and actually become that person? The answer is surprisingly simple. You win today. Because you never actually live your life in the future. You only ever live today. Tomorrow never arrives. Yesterday is already gone. Life is always lived inside a single 24-hour horizon. That means every single morning you begin a brand new micro quest. Every morning you cross the starting line into the hero's journey once again, right in the middle of your active everyday routine. The question isn't, what will my life become? The question is, who will I become today? I didn't learn this by studying self-help concepts in a comfortable room. I actually learned it the hard way, right inside the fire of my own life arena. For years, I was a professional who believed that life was a game of raw discipline. I was grinding through the calendar, checking off massive professional to-do lists, and letting the constant noise of the world dictate my focus. I looked successful on the outside, but beneath the surface, my biology was running on a continuous, frantic stress loop. I was physically present, but entirely checked out of my true life and my values. I thought I could just outwork the friction. Until one ordinary afternoon, my body pulled the emergency brake for me. Out of nowhere, I suffered what they call a TIA, transitory ischemic attack, what they call a temporary stroke. In a single second, the illusion of my control completely vanished. As doctors explained what happened, I was forced to face the raw reality of my own physical vulnerability and realize the profound truth that completely changed my trajectory. You cannot use a frantic offline brain to think your way out of a physical stress storm. My old automatic routines hadn't just drained my energy, they had almost cost me my physical health. When I survived that threshold, I made a non-negotiable commitment. I completely stopped looking at personal growth through the lens of rigid, commercialized checklists. I went deep into human neurobiology and behavioural psychology to understand how our ancestral operating system actually manages focus, resilience, and capacity. What I discovered is the problem nobody talks about. Most people have goals, most people have dreams, most people know roughly what they want. Very few people have an operating system that consistently helps them become the person capable of achieving those goals. We try to change our lives by setting massive goals, by reading books, watching podcasts, listening to motivational speakers, buying another planner app, yet very little changes. So why is that? Because in the real world, behavior always beats intention. Your habits beat your motivation. Your environment beats your willpower. Your nervous system beats your goals. Your conditioned mind beats your conscious mind. You don't become what you want. You become what you repeatedly practice. That is why the Legend Day exists. It's not about doing more. It's about deliberately practicing becoming the person you want to become every single day. To do that, the Legend Day has three simple purposes. First, to help you stop drifting and start living deliberately. Second, to help you become the person capable of living your legend life. And third, to help you leverage your biology instead of constantly fighting against it. That last point is incredibly important. Most people spend their entire lives trying to force themselves to perform. They rely on white-knuckled willpower, but biology always wins. Your brain has rhythms, your nervous system has rhythms, your energy and your intention have deep natural rhythms. When you ignore those rhythms and try to run your day like a machine, your brain automatically falls into its oldest energy conserving autopilot habits. It lights up a neural network called the default mode network, which drives mind wandering, past rumination, and intense internal anxiety chatter. So it's your inner chatter. You feel exhausted, distracted, and completely overwhelmed because you are practicing stress. But when you work with your biology instead of against it, you activate your brain's task positive network, the engine of deep flow and total absorption. The split second that network takes the wheel, it acts as a mechanical kill switch that shuts off your internal critic on the spot. You begin to experience something completely different, greater clarity, better focus, more calm, better decisions, and an unshakable state of presence. Rather than filling your calendar with endless tasks, the Legend Day is a behavior change framework that divides every day into three intentional movements: morning, midday, and evening. Each has a different biological purpose, and each is designed to be turned into a deep, mindful ritual using our core focus filters: mindfulness, intentionality, consciousness, engagement. So now let's look at the morning, which is all about activation. So your morning isn't simply about waking up and checking boxes. It's about becoming intentional before the world begins making decisions for you. This is where you reconnect with your purpose, clarify your priorities, move your body, wake up your brain, prime your nervous system, create momentum. Because most people begin their day reactively. The Legend Day begins proactively. You decide who you will become before the day begins to try to decide for you. Secondly, the midday is all about the reset. Around the middle of the day, something happens to almost everyone. Energy drops, attention fades, and decision fatigue accumulates. We slip onto autopilot and become reactive. This is when mistakes happen, relationships suffer, and focus fractures. Instead of simply pushing harder and burning your mental energy, the Legion Day teaches something completely different. Firstly, pause, then reset, regulate, and recover. Just a few deliberate minutes of deep breathing, just a few deliberate minutes of movement, reflection, or recovery can completely clear out morning static and stress and change the second half of your day. High performers don't simply manage time, they manage their physiological state. The evening's all about recovery. Most people finish work, sit in front of a screen, scroll social media, watch television, and eventually fall asleep. That isn't rest, that's distraction. And it keeps your stress networks hyperactive overnight. Recovery is intentional. Recovery means calming the nervous system, reflecting on the day, celebrating progress, learning from mistakes, connecting with the people you love, preparing tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. How you finish today largely determines how you begin tomorrow. I want to make something very clear. The Legion Day isn't about becoming more productive. Productivity is just a natural byproduct. Our real goal is something much bigger. We want to help you become more present, more intentional, more resilient, more engaged, and more alive. Because at the end of your life, you won't wish you had answered more emails or spent more time on a digital screen. You'll wish you had experienced more moments, had more meaningful conversations, spent more time with the people you love, lived with more courage, and taken more opportunities. The Legion Day is not about squeezing more work into your calendar. It's about helping you experience your life more fully. Now I'd like you to do a simple exercise today to look at your own daily life arena. So take a blank sheet of paper. I want you to divide it into 3 separate columns, one for the morning, one for midday, and one for the evening. Now answer these 3 questions honestly. For the morning, did I begin today intentionally or reactively? For your midday, did I regulate myself or did I simply try to survive the day? Evening, did I truly recover or did I simply distract myself? Now ask yourself one final question. Which part of my day needs the most attention? Don't try to change everything tomorrow, but just improve one part. Because better days create better weeks create better years, and better years create a better life. One of the reasons we call this the Legion Day is because every single day is its own quest. Every morning you step into the arena of life. Every day you encounter challenges, opportunities, pressure, and unexpected events. The question isn't whether those things will happen. The question is, how will you show up to meet them? Next Monday, registrations are officially open for our upcoming 4-week Legion Day Quest Challenge. It's a practical guided experience where together we'll redesign your days from the ground up. If this sounds like something you want to take part in, then click the link below this video right now to join our newsletter list to ensure you get notified when we open the doors officially. If this video has helped you think differently about your day, I'd love you to subscribe and share it with someone who needs it. If you're ready to begin your own Legion Life quest and begin your journey to living purposefully, realizing your potential, self-mastery, and living your best life, then use the link below this video to take the Legion Life pledge and become a Legion Life quester. As a quester, you'll receive our resources, invitations to our monthly Legion Life assemblies, our Mind Strong labs, and becoming part of a growing community of people who are committed to becoming the best version of themselves.